Yo, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Are we outside DD bands today? Yeah, to the upside. Irrational to the upside. I love days like this. Days like this, we'll see if we still come up with those ratios to be less than half like we've seen for the last couple of days. VIX is still elevated, so volatility is still there, so I'm not eager to chase any long out the door. We'll see if we open below monthly hedge pressure to see if there's any nice shorting ops there, and of course, wait for the data to come through, and we'll see y'all in a little bit. Good morning. Is it being weird again? Oh, oof. Yeah, it's been, I think, kind of funky. It took a little bit to connect too. If it's being weird, I'll go reset my router or something. Is it the sound looping back, or the stream is like not showing like it's buffering? Good morning, good morning, good morning. We'll figure this out. Dropped frames detected. Your stream quality may be affected. Well, let's figure out what that's all about. Yeah, I got a message from YouTube that YouTube is receiving a, who knows, this may experience some buffering. The internet was acting a little funky this morning. Good morning, team. All right, so opening out the door, we've got DD breach top side. No immediate yellow, red line, anything like that coming in the way. If the music's too loud, let me know. We're still seeing if the VIX isn't traveled, risk interval or not. You know, it's going to map out the session here. VIX is nice and mild, obviously. We're above triple B. This is another thing you may not know about yet. But this is another one of our techniques that we look at to see if there's unusual volatility. And, you know, even since some unusual volatility, you know, clearly enterprise volatility going into this. I ran a monthly map on S&P Friday, and it shows 2 weeks of very serious high volatility before we go back into like a low volatility state. So get ready for it. It's coming. I blame everything on the cats. They better shoot up another cable. Stream is tweaking. I know, it's been weird. I have no idea. Let me read it. Hold on. Let me watch my own stream. Every time I go to YouTube, there's all these fucking nerds that are like, it's so possible to make money in the stock market. Just join my course. They advertise it so weird. Hold on. The audio is chopping on, huh? When I watch those ads before I watch my own video here. I don't hear it. Let me see real quick. Dropped frames detected. Your stream quality may be affected. Yeah, the connection to YouTube is really strange. No clue. Let me try to... If it gets worse, if the audio gets worse, let me know. But you can see live, so that's fine. No clue. Literally change absolutely nothing. We'll see what it is. Are you running on dial-up America Online internet service? I wish, dude. I wish I was that rich. America Online's for fancy kids. No, it's actually something with my computer. It's not something with my internet. Internet's fine. Yeah, internet's great. Okay, so what we're dealing with here, we have a durable goods in the morning. Caught a little upward bump in SPY. I don't think that's really going to be a big lasting thing for today. Reading the news. Repricing meals. Anything today? Earnings. Some decent, bigger earnings today. Attachment rate, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. My CPU is probably being overloaded right now. gonna start closing some apps. My CPU is fine. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. We're barely using 50%. My speed test came in pretty good. I'm looking pretty good. Like sometimes it's just a weird. Yeah, my CPU is good, so my speed test is good, CPU is good. Hey, good morning, guys, everyone. Smash that like button while you're here. Let's get ready to go. Markets rational upside. We open in 2 minutes, give or take. That's not you guys. It's some connection with YouTube. Let me. Let's see if that's fair. I just reconnected the stream. What is this? Oh, let's close Steam down. Yeah, I'm just gonna restart it and see if that actually works. I think the weird's gone off my computer here. Oh well, let's figure it out. See, this is what I'm seeing. That's better. Okay, cool. All right, opening out the door. Irrational at the top. Remember, it's review. My top left screen here. We are outside the DD band. So again, I'm going to trade small and try to trade against something. Get an MHP break to the downside. I'd love to take that short. If we do get it, now again, long minded when it open above it. So that's kind of meh. We're going to see what the data comes out look like. Resilience, nice, long, and strong. Mode 2, which means we likely will support here. But it's irrational on the break here. And of course, my DD band. Let's just kind of. Oh, I reset my cookies. Like, I redraw these things. Horizontal array. Okay. About here, anyways. Like, basically. Clone. Okay, we have a BL. Oh, shit. BLU is a long right on the open off of this hedge pressure. So let's take a look at what we get. So BLU technically is a long from here to somewhere. I don't know if I want to take it, though. BLU long outside the DD band looks a little sketch. It's probably going to bounce here and have that V-shaped move. Remember how that move works, right? Right out the open. If we go right to liquidity map, it's a V-shaped move. You open, bounce, and touch. Open, bounce, and touch. R&R's kind of meh for me on this one. And let's see if we get the resilience numbers coming through. We're getting pretty close. DD is 0.6, so chances are we do stay up in here. So if that resilience is high, any short from here goes to there, and then who knows what it does. Okay, so it's probably going to bounce and fulfill this move right here with the resilience greater than 0. Yeah, I'm going to hang tight. Oh, shoot, my bad. BLU out the door. That's my bad. Right here, back to open. This is a V-shaped move with the res being positive. I don't know if I like it, but as soon as that move is completed, I do have an option to take a small trade too short a hedge pressure break back to middle. See, I don't know if I like what I see, so hold on one second. Let's run QQQ real quick. V-shaped, kind of small, BSU on QQQ. Pull that front and center. BSU again, support off of hedge pressure. We are opening, actually we did open right below, so and there. My call today is that after some fight, it's likely going to, see, I don't know, it's too irrational for me to long this side. I do like to see it pull back to here. on a hedge pressure break, and I'd like to take a long off of here because DD is strong. So from here, chasing the long, it's going to be kind of a little scary. So I don't see any resistance in the way. So this is interesting. Let's look at UVXY. I need a dip to buy if I'm going to do this. Good morning, guys. So running the numbers, interesting to see. We woke up rather bullish today across the board. DD ratios, bullish bias in the market. We're getting some bullish liquidity maps on the indices. So it's interesting to see how this plays out. Might take a little bit for the market to decide if it does want to fade this or not, but signs are pretty strong that it doesn't. Not yet, at least. So it's pretty good. I'm trying to look to see if there's anything that looks appetizing in the scanner. So I'll pop up some plays in a minute. Get some illiquidity pockets. Let's see something that's right on the edge. Wall target up, wall target down, illiquidity pockets. This is one of our newest things. You guys can now search for things that are in an illiquidity pocket that have a distance to wall. Like a BLU in an illiquidity pocket is a really strong setup. Yeah, I don't have confidence in this gap, like somebody just said in the space. Although the data does look good. This being negative is I'm taking with a grain of salt. So let's see if I can't get any up. It's going to push up. Again, I'm not chasing it right here. That DE band is right here. It's going to bounce and push up. I might take a short right off of here, back down. So I'm going to let it bounce. I'm not chasing. Interesting. So in the scanner right now, what I can do is I can look for anything in liquidity pockets, which I like. Illiquidity pockets, so runners, right? Starbucks, like ones that are right near the edge. Let's change these parameters here. Distance to half gap. Actually, let's do LMC. So things that are set up like so. Any kind of resistance on a BSD inside of an illiquidity pocket. Remember, it hates the middle, so there's stocks are likely going to turn. I like this. I'm going to let QQQ and SPY bounce first, and I'm going to see if I can't find anything. Since monthly hedge pressure resilience is negative, looks like it could be a possible break. Remember, BSUs have this particular look here. Hedge to hedge, so that's way out of bounds. It's not even a possible trade. There are no setups on the QQQ. Opening right inside of here. To hit that, you got to fall through a pocket, so you're already random anyway. So there's no real good setup here. Too short any of this, and it looks like we opened BLU, so it is irrational on BSU anyways, and then BLU would be the trade to take. So an irrational short might be interesting to see. Know if it's worth losing the streak over. Well, yeah, monthly resilience somewhat negative. It's right on the edge, so the decision is really hard. That's why I know it's likely going to bounce, because this isn't that strong negative, and this is still working on it. So I'm watching the list to see what the runners look like to the upside or the downside. To Shopify. So this is the runners scanner. If you've ever done this, just illiquidity pockets straight up. Things in illiquidity pockets do not like to sit still inside them. Running back to try to see if I can't find any pivots. Look over here. Oops. How did you get off of the screen there? So you can see that Russell, right, has some room to move. Everything else irrational upside, irrational upside. So Russell does have some room to move from here to here. VIX is in decay, so it's a stronger case for the market to go up. I'm not going to try to become short-minded when the market is giving me good signals to come up. This is the only thing that looks somewhat bad. DD's getting stronger as the minutes go by, so the market's going to bounce, looking like it does want to bounce. BLU to the upside, so let's go see if we have any gaps to fill to find upside targets. Like I said, don't argue with the data. You know, you don't walk up here and say, well, it was short yesterday, maybe it's short today. Hold on one second. Let me reload my thing real quick. Hmm. Yeah, I'm looking. I kind of want to see a better short setup take place before I start taking it from here, but I do think it's going to come down first before it goes up first. There's a monthly hedge break here, but resilience will support at 398, so it's interesting to see that it does. Now, let me put my kind of take a look at the data. Yeah, I don't know if I like what's now. We're back in the DD band, which is here. Interesting, real quick. I don't know if I like what I see. Yeah, see, it's going to bounce there. I'm not taking that short. Yeah, not chasing it. Okay. I'm pulling up the scanner right now. Everything's actually looking surprisingly bullish in this setup. So I was initially waiting for some index plays that were going to come out to look somewhat bearish for a short. The R&R looked pretty good. The fade doesn't look like it's going to happen just yet. So I'm waiting for that. There's a lot of stocks that are actually running very strangely into what we call illiquidity pockets, big fast runners. So like BP, Starbucks. I'm looking at the ones that are up and down. So those pens, those are on the downside, looks like. No, sorry, to the upside. Yeah, lots of them. City, see, got there's a ton. I'm looking for some pretty big hitters. GM. So there's a lot of stocks that can move. So this is going to be a volatile day. Volatility's here. TQQQ is moving. Shopify is moving. Coin. TLRY. So they're all moving in different directions, but they're moving fast. So the market's gonna be volatile at the open. I'm not gonna try to fade this, not yet. Things are looking pretty strong. Yeah. Which one? Let me. This week, no, this week is, I think what's going on, and it's really hard to say. I ran a monthly map, which is mapping out the dealer risk for the next 2 weeks. And it's just unusually volatile, the way the positions are set up between this Friday and next Friday. It's not monthly options expiration, but it is, like, I'm trying to see on the news what's going on. There's got to be some things on the calendar. Either, you know, I can see if there's any kind of, like, reports or earnings or something, but I'm still trying to figure out what's causing this unusual volatility to be baked in. I mean, it's really clearly seen in the VIX, but it's also seen when we run our monthly map feature. So when I start mapping that out, you can see that the positional risk is very spread out. So there's a lot of stocks just ready to go. And I guess it just must be a culmination of all the sensitivity we're having to the, you know, all the different economic data that could come out. So I'm like trying to look on the calendar right now to see what we got. ADP non-farm next Wednesday. We got non-farm next Friday, 2 Fridays from now. So that's going to be that week. And I think the payrolls, those are the biggest indications of predicting inflation numbers, which would predict the hand of the Fed, right? Everybody's on their hands saying, are the Fed going to go to 0 rate hikes? You know, I'm one of the proponents of if the market starts looking a little wonky, the Fed is going to immediately stop raising rates and freeze us where we are. And I think that that data is causing that sensitivity. It's really all I can see for next week. What's up? What'd you say? Do you go get Tesla? Yeah.
Don't understand why the oil stocks are holding up as well as they are. I think that they're offering.
I'm trying to see if there's any weaknesses that come through right here to see what we got.
Is hiding in plain sight there. But that being said, I'm not jumping in here on. I mean, look, Occidental is below its key moving averages. I know it has the Buffett effect. Oh, they're just going to buy more. Okay, but you know. People forget that Buffett's not always correct. He's a flawed human being, just like all of us. And you know, sometimes he's wrong, or sometimes it takes him a while to be correct. It doesn't mean he's wrong; just means that he's not right yet. So again, a lot of people they're scratching their head and wondering if you know this is great and his average cost is higher and all that. I don't know. I think energy still looks lower. I would love to be smart enough to get the fundamental reasons. I don't see it. That's why it's a puzzle to me. I see supply problems. I see increased demand. I see China reopening. I see all of this strategic petroleum reserve depletion. I see all the fundamental reasons why oil should be going higher, and it's not. So what am I going to do? Argue with it? I'm going to sit here and go, oh, oil should be higher here. It's silly that it's going down. I mean, no.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Things are pushing higher, so I don't see any evidence that things are going to pull back.
That's how I'm looking at it, at least. Now, one thing we have to pay attention to.
We are irrational on the upside, though, so the idea is that we have to take things with a grain of salt. Monthly hedge pusher res is pushing pretty hard. So
If you look at the
You will have overshooting pivots. This is one of the things that you do see, so I'm not necessarily expecting the market to do much.
I think we're going to break through that 70. I don't know if
Other than likely hold and likely push. So I don't want to short this because we're irrational. This is getting stronger. Even though we're irrational, it's going from like a -9 to about a +5. So there's enough stocks that are actually breaking monthly hedge pressure. I don't expect this to break and fall. Res is nice and strong as well. So obviously support is here, even if it does fall. This is a tough one. And it's always tough whenever you gap up too high. We have a really strong bullish bias. So this is looking strong here. Yeah. Oh yeah, let's look at the commitment traders today.
I just watch what's in front of me. I don't really care about news. I don't really care about Fed. I don't care about all that. I just trade the price action. I don't want to take too much of a deep dive, but what I can say in regards to energy, if you're gonna watch oil or energy names in general,
they're still finding buyers, which is going to be the one thing that's keeping this from falling. This is what I'm. So I think if I were to make a call today, I think we're going long before short, to be honest. I think I do, even though it's irrational, I do like the long before short. But I need to find a target to go to. Let's do the R&R real quick on a gap fill. I guess the R&R is kind of there. Let's take it. Whatever irrational, I'll take half a position upside gap fill. Let's go. As long as this keeps increasing, I think I feel pretty good about this. But it's going to be very, very, very short-lived. Overshooting, bull long up. It's irrational, so taking a bet from here to the gap fill. This is at the top. Gap fill. From Thursday. Let's see if we have any gap fills. Remember, we have to make sure we mark all of them, so. Go through in the queues real quick. Q has a pretty decent gap fill to go on. Yeah, it does look good. The COT is looking strong. Well, once the COT data comes out, I feel nice and strong about this. The idea that we are finding buyers. This is a very bearish setup right here when you have shorts against the dealers and they're both negative. However, as long as there's buyers, it doesn't necessarily fall yet. Now, this is all data, right? So we're sitting there waiting to see what we get. But I'm just saying in general, until those buyers stop coming in, and again, COT's been delayed on these reports, or the CFTC, so we're waiting to see those. But yeah, I like what I do see. My platform is frozen up. My computer's acting funky today. Let me close everything down, open it back up. Oops. Pending home sales at 10, yeah. A little catalyst coming through. I do like what I see. Oh, I have my autosave turned off. Just to fill the gap, and then I'll cut it. Like, that's it. It's not to rally, it's just to fill the gap. I do like what I see. Oh, Michael Salt. Yeah, he's definitely got that that Jersey, New York accent. Oh yeah, he said he sounded like he's from the Sopranos. He's a cool guy. I like Mikey. Your res indicator disappeared. You add it from indicators. You click this button right here. So right here, let me go ahead and go to daily chart. Let's get my gap fill. I forgot to save layout. So this is it. I'm gonna just long it to fill a gap if I can get this trade. Looking for the data to give me evidence that it's not gonna go there. The R&R is pretty good there. We are now mode 2 resilience. The market is still... Come here and I'll put my DD band. I forgot to hit save window layout, so this is cool. Yeah, I do like the long side. It is definitely looking strong here, and I guess this is going to be like way down there somewhere. Maybe let's do 6.3, just estimating. That's right. So I just want to chime in. I took a little bit ago off of the BLU break 399.5 on SPY. We're getting a little positive gamma here. Resilience is looking pretty strong. We are definitely irrational. I'm just looking to about the 400.5 gap fill in SPY. I'm not really going to hold it long and strong for a while, but all the signs are looking good. Everything is pressing stronger. Positive positional risk distribution. So we have DD numbers greater than half. We are getting that nice little decay in volatility, which is kind of aiding this move up. So everything's looking long and strong out the doors. So this is day 22 of my streak. So I haven't lost a trading day since I started this thing. Jeez. You buy any plays, X? You do anything good today? What you trading? Nice, dude. You're a genius. Oh, guys, come on. Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks. Y'all are too cute. So I'm gonna enter like this is just me saying straight up. I'm gonna enter that Robbins Cup thing. Somebody was sending me a message about all these. There's like a handful. There's this weird dark seedy side of Twitter that I didn't know about. Apparently there's all these weirdos that like lurk that I don't know. It's so weird because like they have tens of thousands of followers or whatever, but like no engagement and stuff. So then like I look and I go weird. There's like all these futures course and technical indicator sellers and shit coming from, I don't know where they all come from, but there's this weird seedy underbelly of Twitter, which I think I call it the cancel clan. It likes all these people I guess nobody that's important's ever heard of, but they all yell at each other about this thing called a Robbins Cup. And they're like, you enter, no, you enter, no, you enter, you're fake, no, you're fake, you enter. And so Tracer Matt and I both decided to enter that thing to go in there and get top 10 and like literally just shut everyone up. So I'll be entering the Trading World Cup and I'm gonna win. So I'm not even lying. There's just like, if I entered it right now, I'd be like in the top 4 or 5 anyways. Like, so I'm actually gonna enter it in probably 2 or 3 months because I want to trade through my Rocket Scooter account through Dorman. So I'm gonna actually trade through our platform as soon as futures get turned on our platform. I'm gonna enter that right here. We're close enough. I'm just gonna take profit and sit here and just wait on this. It didn't hit the gap fill all the way. Let me go back and measure it. So there we go, 22 days in a row, no losing days, Jesus Christ. So anyways, I'm gonna go enter this thing. Tracer Matt's almost on the leaderboard already, which is one of my best buds out there in trading. So the trading, it's some kind of national trading contest, I don't know, or international global trading championship or something. Point is, I'm gonna enter that thing and win. So never even considered it before. But it's weird because like all these people, like apparently it's some kind of big weenie shaking contest between all the paper traders. And they all challenge each other to enter, and then none of them actually enter. So it's like, I was like, it would just be funny if I just entered this thing and won, and didn't even talk about it. Like, so this is the gap fill here from Thursday. I had it in the wrong spot, so I'm really glad I found this. That's a nice little play here. Let me double check that that's at the right spot. Just closed out my long S&P futures for profit, so that was a nice little upward scalp there. Let me make sure that's at the right spot. Oh, I'm silly. Okay, hold on. 9:30 to 4. Where's the 4 o'clock candle? Oh, it's here. It's close enough. I closed a little early, but that's okay. I wasn't sure that I had drawn that in the right spot. Oh, hey guys, is my thing still open? My bad. All right, so that is the gap fill. That is the upper move that I see for today. There was some controversy about people running multiple accounts in the past. Yeah, like that's what people were saying. There's all kind of weird controversy around it. So, in all honesty, it's very easily cleared up. People, there's like, if you really want to just win something, like here's the thing. This is why we're the largest, you know, like like one of the largest, literally one of the largest trading communities on the planet, and one of the largest live future streams, period, and live trading streams, period, is because anytime someone says, hey, well, what about this? What about that? I always find a counter to it. And so, like, the reason they see the account number on the screen, the balance on the screen, is like anytime someone can cause shenanigans somewhere, then there's a solution for it. If you can run multiple accounts, very simple. You show one account, you show every trade, and then you post the results. And it's like the reason the controversy is there because all the people that enter it are just being shady. And so, or not all the people, but all the people that are entering it, claiming this or doing that, are trying to be shady. So I would go when the thing is as perfectly pristine as possible by showing the results, showing the one account, corroborating every trade with the live YouTube stream so that there's no shenanigans. Like, you can go the extreme mile if you want to prove that you're really doing it. But I'll be honest, none of those people really trade. Not the on the Robin's Cup, but like the people that talk about, they don't really trade. So the ones that highlight all the controversies are the people that don't actually enter it. There's an easy solution. I'm going to put my broker statement up with it. And then that's it. One stream. I'll stream every trade. Is there a data issue? No, you should have, everything should be good. My number one hater will not enter the contest when I enter that thing. They'll certainly not enter. No, never will step up to me and trade against me. Nobody will. The haters won't. I'm not saying you guys, but the haters won't. All they want to do is latch on to our rising star and try to get some views, and that's just not, you know, whatever. But the open challenge has been there for months, and I'd love to compete against anybody, but in the spirit of something, I'm actually rooting for Tradesman Matt. Hope he wins. The boy's been putting in the work. For sure. I mean, if I was using this account, I would, with what, 46%, I'd be in the top 5 already. I think Matt went up 32% in his first week. He's also, right away, Matt's also using rocket scooters, so it's cool to see. He's using the resilience scalps like a lot, so that's kind of cool to see. Let me get 4 tickers to VLU. Let me go in here really quick and see what's going on. Make sure. I get the whole list when I do BLUs, so maybe make sure that you don't have other things selected. Because this is, if you have multiple things selected, it's going to limit your list. Make sure. LMC BLU returns no tickers. Refresh and turn off your cookies and see if that actually helps. Make sure you don't have anything else selected also. So make sure all you have, just pick one thing BLU. I get the full list. So does it load all the tickers and disappear? Because you might just go to your browser and just turn all your cookies off. Or sorry, delete all your cookies and then re-accept cookies from the website. See if that works. You might have some kind of glitch or something. Browser side. Hey Vegas, what's your upper target on Tesla? You guys are all playing that today? Or X, what are you looking at? Oh, by the way, Russell is going to hit DD ban. So be careful. The index does get a pivot right there, so this might be where the market turns, so be careful. Remember, we watch all 3 of them at once. How do you like your coffee? That's a good question. Oh, no, no, that how not like how do you enjoy your coffee? Like how do you like to make it? Like what kind of coffee do you like? I'm sure it's great because you make it, of course. Well, that's I like hazelnut. That's really good. I like to do mine. I have an espresso, so I'll pop in one of those bad boys, and then I'll dump a little cream, and that's it. No sugar. What about you, Paper or Jag? You guys like y'all coffee drinkers? Michael, you drink coffee? Oh yeah. All right. I think when we hit Russell hits that upper DD band, it's gonna be the first pivot, and I'm done for the day. Tesla's looking good, so. Yeah, we're approaching an area like SPY and Nasdaq are somewhat unbounded right now, but Russell's about to hit a pivot that kind of matches about the same time you're expecting your Tesla. Sorry to interrupt, bud. I think you got a couple. Interesting. Let me see. I don't see it either. Let me look. Tesla's in mine, so I wonder if like I said, broke. Just try to go through and clear your cookies out and delete your local files, and then just start over. Probably it. So we broke through the gap fill. I think this is probably the end for the S&P. But we'll see. We'll see. So hey Saram, so everybody here, do me a favor. Go oops, let me go here. Go here really quick. We have this really cool program. We're doing a 6-week training program for everybody here. This is going to be one of the coolest things that we ever do. It's been incredible. Okay. Okay. Broke, if you can post in tech support what you're seeing. I'm not really sure why nothing would be showing up on your end unless you have something selected. Like I'll look at it. Just post it in there real quick. I'll see what I can do in tech support. Yeah, post some. Let me take a look at it and see what you're seeing. Oh, there's a known issue about the auto scaling. On the COT report page and with the mail links for dead. Okay, thank you. Let me know. Yeah, waiting means. Okay, I'm typing to our tech team really quick. Wish I could sync this to one of your TradingView windows. Yeah, but TradingView is a different company, so like the idea is that our platform is our platform, so there's no reason we would give our data to another company, to a competitor. Like giving our tools outside of the control of our platform would be a dangerous thing. It's sensitive IP, so we have to keep it locked, unfortunately. Be kind of cool if we can just add hedge pressures to your thinkorswim and your IB and your TradeStation, all that, but unfortunately we had to make a whole platform to give it to you so that we can keep it secret, top secret. Yeah, we source TradingView just for their chart, just to show it to you, like the charting widget. Other than that, there's very little tie between us and TradingView, other than they're an amazing company and they make really cool charts. So we purchased their charting library as a developer so that we can use their framework, but we're not connected to trading. So TradingView's white label stuff is a different company than TradingView, the subscription. I mean, it's a different business unit. So like the subscription service with them would be akin to the subscription service with us, and that light we're competitors. But even though we source their technology, unfortunately you have to subscribe to our platform to get it. But we're still building features that you want. So if you want like multi-charts and all different things, we have ways to do everything. So we're getting there. Chrome seems better. I've always used Edge as my browser, by the way. So if you're having browser issues, try a different browser. Edge by far has given me the least problems as far as browsers go, of all things. And Edge I don't do for anything else. So what I do is I use Safari for all my normal surfing. Edge is my browser that I don't use ever for anything other than Rocket Scooter. So you're eating for the auto trade features. There's no auto trading. We're not doing auto trade features that are going to auto trade for you. That would be that would rank us in a different category, such as we'd be giving you trading advice. We can't automatically trade for you. Now you can program your own features if that's where we want to go with this, that you can program your own auto trading strategies. That would be different, but just letting you know, we're not going to auto trade for you. So if like we put in like their Pine script or something that allow you to write strategies to execute, that's something we can explore. That's going to be a while before we do it, but we're having a debate if we want to do that or not. So far, the debate's leaning towards yes, but there's all kind of interesting thoughts, ethical things with that. So it's a very sensitive issue when you're allowing people to auto trade in a platform while simultaneously giving them indications and teaching them how they show and reveal things in the market. And one could argue that we're giving you auto trading signals, which we couldn't legally do. So if we were to go to that route, it'd be one of those debatable questions. Now, can you write and program your own strategies? That would be something that we could open up and let you guys program that yourself. Like have a little scripting language, like you can say if this, then I buy, if that, then this, and I close. And that's different. So, but yeah, Windows or iOS, no worries. Make sure you've done a great job with this platform. Scooter McGavin. Thanks, buddy. Watch list. Yeah. Watch list would be great. What's up? Good morning. What's up, Machine? Okay. What's up, Tom? What's up? What's up? Thanks, buddy. Oh, I get a text last night. I need to go read and check it out. I crashed out so early, man. What's your take on the COT string dealers add in a short? Yeah, let's go here really quick. We're finding buyers. That's one of the things we are seeing. Well, the bar chart hasn't updated, so let me go to the other one that I use, the CME group. Y'all want me to enter that Robbins Cup and win it? Almost sweep in 2 or 3 months late, but I bet you I could still win it. Or at least get close if I try really carefully. It's a year-long, well, honestly, it's a year-long contest, and there are people that compete in this thing, and the leaderboards are all like 40-50% at the end of the year. It makes me feel like that doesn't seem continuous. Like it's like somebody wins and blows up, and then somebody goes up and blows up. Like to get 50% in a futures count in a year is a very slow process. Like, I mean, it's not hard to grind out 50%. I'm almost there in 3 weeks. So the thing I think about is the contests. Why are those people not getting thousands of percents? Like if I were trading this futures account for a year, I'd be aiming for the thousands of percentile. So it tells me with everybody in the leaderboard, just mathematically, is it worth my time? With some of the leaderboards being like 50%, 100%, maybe 200 or 300%, that sometimes people like just, it's like they go up and go down and go up and go down. Like doesn't look like there's any control. 50% of futures account over that course of time is not hard to do. So I bet you I can wait 6 months. And still jump in and get on that top 5, because it's not, they're not that far ahead. So it makes me feel like there's not a lot of, I hate to say it, but it doesn't sound like there's a lot of amazing traders that enter that contest with the stats being as weak as they look. Like you'll see there might be one person that wins a couple 100%, which is great. That's a great win. And then the second, third, and fourth place seem to all be like 50%, 80%, 40%. Anybody can grind out 100% of futures account in a month. So when it's a year long, it tells me that people don't have winning strategies to enter that thing, and it's just luck at the end of the day. Who's most ahead at the end of the day? Who hasn't blown up the least? So I'm interesting to see how that works. How does this challenge compare to the one, my trading challenge? Was the challenge the same as 10K to 100K? The last trading challenge I did for myself, I wanted to make it as hard as possible. This is about the time resilience was invented mid-stride in that challenge, by the way, to satisfy a problem that helped us tilt some of our, what the heck was this? That helps us tilt some of our indications, like BLU, if it opens inside of the gap fill, right? So inside of the redistribution zone before the gap fills, the question was, do you have anything that can tilt one way or the other? And we jumped the idea in the middle of the contest. And this is before we had a majority of the irrational rules tool too. But I wanted to go on YouTube and just kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to go on YouTube to kind of show off a little bit. We had the light app was finished and I was ready to reveal it, go on YouTube. And so I decided to do half the margin requirement of the S&P at the time and start from there. So that was 13,400. So I cut it in half and I started with $6,700. And I traded upwards of the high 80,000, like the last day of the YouTube stream, before I just said this is my last YouTube stream. The highest was like, my memory's always fuzzy. I can go back and look, but it's high 80,000, 85 to 90, somewhere in there. So that was the length of that. And there's somebody that posts the broker statement. It's just not readily accessible here, but there's a guy that his name's Analytic, that posts statistics from traders who stream. He loves calling out the BSers. He loves calling out the shit. And he logs what people do and posts it for transparency, which I love. And so he's like, he watched the stream one day and he's like, I actually got it. I'll post it for you. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then he tweeted it. The stats are all up there on his Twitter. So you can see the entire stats of that challenge. I got it. I can go get it and post it back up. I need to beat the 1987 record, 11,000%. Ain't no way I'm going to do that. Oh my God. 11,000%. That's crazy. So I'd have to take, so the 10,000 would have to go to 1 million. That would be close, or 1.1 million, right? That's 11,000%. Can I take 10,000 to 1 million in a year? Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, you can see, can you guys see the right side of my screen, Jasmine, right here? It'll say positions, and when it says 0, it's 0. So yeah, I'll just talk briefly about this whole contest. Like, I hear there's a lot of people out there, right? Everybody wants to prove themselves since COVID, who jumped into being a trading educator, right? In COVID, everybody was forced to go home for a little bit. And everybody wanted to get into something, right? Work from home. And then, God, YouTube was full of so many, need a job now, make money from home, work 6 hours a week, blah, blah, blah. And most people get online and, you know, they start getting interested in the stock market and they're like, oh, I can do this, right? And so many stock market, I don't know, educators, gurus popped up to sell something related, like Discords or trading courses. There was like the golden age of Twitter. I remember in the inaugural spaces that were starting, right, when Wolf was doing spaces and I was in like the first spaces cruise, there were all these people that I'd never heard of before, and I've been in this business for a while, but then I was new to Twitter also, so maybe I'm like, oh, maybe Twitter just has this like bubble around it where there's all these people I've just never met. And it's like, well, this person has, geez, like 90,000 followers. Wow. Like this person's, and they all sounded smart and everything. And then, and I can remember there were some spaces that would be like maybe, you know, a full roster, 10 people with like 3 hosts, and none of those people are left. Like they disappeared. They've all disappeared in the last couple of years. Like everybody had 100,000 follower Twitter account and was talking about trading, and had a Discord room, and they all seemed big. And when we were like trying to meet all of them and talk to them, they all really had like 50 members or 100 members. They all really small. And so it was like, how come you have 100,000 followers? So anyways, it all added up to me. I was like, oh, okay. So not everyone, but you know, people were just buying followers, getting big, selling courses, and everyone at the end of the day was small. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then one by one, they disappear. So then I really realized that most people just started their journey in COVID, or after COVID, and then disappeared within. So basically that golden, I call the golden age of spaces, when it just seemed like everywhere you looked, there was 10,000 trade rooms and stuff. And it was just like, just like one of those things. And then, because I was excited to meet a bunch of new traders I didn't know, and then I was starting to realize that every other night there was this, if you guys ever go to FinTwit After Hours, I love with Fake Pear Bear. That's our little After Hours crew, like me, him, Stock Talk Weekly, TSDR, Sim, Mona. You guys know it's always a similar group of people. And like, I remember every single month there was like a witch hunt where someone got thrown under the bus or for being busted as paper trading. So like literally it was just a legion of paper traders emerged from Twitter looking legit, and that's what you get, right? And so it's all about image and impression. I guess that's the Instagram era where everyone validates themselves by the number of followers they have. But like, to all of us, some of them just sounded like they didn't know what they were talking about, but I didn't want to rock the boat and say, does this person actually like trade? Because it didn't sound like they did. But I never was one to rock the boat. Anyways, what I hear now, and that's the whole point of this Robbins Cup thing, is it seems to be like I keep saying, like a pee-pee contest between a bunch of people that don't show evidence they actually trade already, and they're like, you entered the contest. No, you entered the contest. I'll enter it if you entered. Okay, well fine, I'll enter it. Okay. Oh, did you enter yet? Oh no, not yet. Waiting for you. And I'm just like, I talked to Matt and I was like, we should just sweep in and win that thing. just for fun. He's like, all right, I'm in. Like the real traders step up. Matt's like got no fear. He's like, I'm in, whatever. And I'm like, well, shit, I'm in. And Matt made a funny joke. Matt's hilarious. He's like, well, can you wait till next year, Matt? He was talking to me. He's like, can you wait till next year so I have a chance of winning? Just being funny, like on Twitter. So it's kind of like, we don't even care if we go in there and lose. We don't even care. But it's like, well, the real traders, please stand up. And they don't, right? They just talk. So be careful, people that talk out there, especially people that talk and sell something. You got no qualms here. Here's my account statement. Every stream has been here. There's been no deleted anythings. The P&Ls here. Like the only, you could be more transparent. But you had your hand in my accountant's pocket while he did my taxes, fiddling his marbles. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, the real traders laugh at those things. But I think this is time we walk in and put the final nail into the COVID crowd, because once we get there, if Matt wins or I win or any of us get in the top 5 or top 10, those people, and these people have big followings too, and I don't even know how that happens. How people can have huge followings without ever showing trades. I don't know. Maybe that's just what happened, but it'll kind of be talked about. Especially if I'm ready for Matt to kill it. I'm worried for Matt to kick my ass. Not gonna lie. So I'd hope to see. Am I on my TOS page? Oh, my bad. You're right here. So you can see my trades right here. My bad. Sorry, I was showing the wrong page. But I mean, it's just like so easy for a really good trader to just say, yeah, I'm in. And even if you lose, like, be a good sport about it. Like if I go in there and I suck it up, I'll be like, dang, oh well, whatever. Like I have no ego that needs to be stroked. Like I'm not gonna lie, I know I'm good, and so I don't care if people think. But I'd like to see more people step up and trade, because I'd like to see who out there is actually good myself. I always like to learn from good people. But it's not because I care anything other than to, like, I'm trying to think of a good movie that it's like such a movie trope. It's like, you know, where like you go and everybody, and all of a sudden like the superhero just flies by and like everybody turns their head and like, what was that? Right? And it shuts everyone up. I was like, that's kind of what we're going for, just to be funny. Why trading futures rather than options for this challenge? Is there an advantage to trading futures? Absolutely. There's many advantages to trading futures. And the reasons I lean towards futures in these challenges, because it's more broadly I guess it more broad represents a more broader group of people. Everyone can relate to the indices. It doesn't matter what you trade. Like if you trade Tesla, you trade Apple, you trade options, you're a swing trader, it doesn't matter. The index is always something you care about, right? So since it's like a broad focus on the show, if I just traded options, like pick stocks and traded options in them, it would kind of limit myself to just options traders. And so Ashton does options, right? So that focus is split between me and him, is that if you are, you know, picking individual trades and stocks, he teaches a lot of that. And so I strictly am doing futures on this challenge, and I'm going to focus on index and futures products and then futures options later down index options and probably my next personal challenge. But I also did make a joke, and I might stick with this and say my personal challenge would be, you guys pick a stock for me every day and I'll trade it. Like y'all pick a random stock and then I'll trade it. And I'll have to pick short or long just to see if I can challenge myself off of random picks. That'd be fun. But futures inherently, when you do become profitable as a trader, most day traders lean towards futures as their main scalping or day trading bread and butter because of the tax benefits. Once you start making money as a trader, you realize there was a hurdle you never cared about while you were losing because you were struggling to win. I mean, you're not paying tax if you lose as a trader, right? You pay tax on your gains. So yep, 60-40 is the rule. That's the main reason. There's a bunch of reasons to trade futures, because if you lever up properly on futures, like I do, for my style, futures can make income with very little. I mean, if you really think about it, when you get really good at trading, all you want to do is have trading secure whatever your lifestyle or livelihood is, whether it's, you know, to pay your bills or whatever. You want to make an income trading. Even with $10,000 in a month, I made 5,000 with it by scraping it out, right? So this is what I call a career trader. It's, you can give me any amount of money and I'll scrape out a bigger account with it or scrape out an income. Like if I just made 5 grand, put it in my pocket, start over at 10, repeat, start over, repeat, then I'm paying my bills as a trader with very little money. Futures gives you that ability to do that because you don't have the 25K FINRA rule, the account minimum you need to open a margin account. So margin accounts apply to the equities world. The commodities world do not have margin accounts, quote unquote. They're all margin accounts in a way. Like it's a different type of account. It's not the same as a margin account in equities. Your broker can loan you as much money as they want to give you as low margins as they want, as long as you meet the clearing requirements. You can go out there and borrow 20 times against your account with 50 bucks. It's dangerous, right? But you can start with little and scrape your way forward and build much easier in a futures account than being locked into your 3-day trades in a rolling 5-day period if you don't have 25K to your pocket. And most people that jump into trading don't have 25K to just immediately throw into an account. So without the day trading requirement account balance, there's no account minimum other than the amount to open up the position. Not that this is a benefit. This is certainly something that is, I think, is to traders' detriment, is overnight trading. If you trade overnight in the US futures markets, you are over trading already. There's no reason to apply yourself to trades that are working off the catalysts in Europe and Asia. You're gonna stay up all night and watch that. You're never gonna sleep, and you're never gonna have a social life, or your family will hate you for never being around. So, but you can trade overnight, which is good if you're in like an equities position and overnight you need to hedge. You can immediately jump into a futures account and hedge. Another thing is if you have a combined account like TD Ameritrade, you can do futures, options, stocks, all from the same cash sweep, right? So you get one single place, quote unquote, to trade all your things. It's all organized on the back end, the different directions your money goes. But if you were like an equities position, market close, and then there's some kind of weird thing that happens overnight and across the globe, and markets start tanking, you don't have to tie up a lot of your money to hedge because futures are so leveraged already. You can hedge your position. Say you bought a bunch of Tesla calls or something, and market's tanking, and you need to go short something. You can't necessarily get out of those. You can't get out of those Tesla calls overnight. You want to wait till pre-market trading to go short some Tesla, or post-market trading when it's illiquid. Just go in there and short Nasdaq futures, easy as that, and balance it so that you're neutralized in your cash sweeps. You don't wake up with a margin call. So that's the whole thing, is like you can use the overnight to your advantage to like hedge, which is another thing. But the main reason everyone does futures once you're making money is Uncle Sam. Literally Uncle Sam. You start seeing, once you start making money, your party where you're like popping champagne bottles over your new Rolls Royce, right? Splashing your brand new Louboutins that you just bought while you're wiping the rest of the champagne off your Rolex. You're like, oh shit, I really didn't make much because the IRS took most of it. What the fuck? Or not most of it, but took, well, now the IRS is now I'm finally making money, but I'm not making that much. Wait, what? And then it becomes a thing like, okay, how do I trim low-lying fruit in futures? This is it, the 60-40 rule. And you can just Google 60-40 rule. And that is the main reason everyone trades futures. You get better taxes and you can tie up less of your money for the same leverage than you can in most equities products. So futures, you just take it's like you need to hedge really quick, just throw a couple dollars, right? And you get that massive leverage in futures. Now it does create massive swings from that leverage, but you don't have to have a lot of free cash sitting aside to wait for a hedge. Equivalently, if you sold some naked puts and the market starts tanking, right? you need to be short those stock shares to cover out if they sell to you, if they exercise right. You're gonna have to go out there and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to delta balance some naked options position, or go out there and spend a couple $1,000s shorting the NASDAQ in the futures market overnight, which is also very liquid around the clock as well. Even overnight, it's not too illiquid. So the benefits are really good, but in day trading, if like you keep the majority of your money in like an investment account where you're, just basically diversified and long things, and that account just grows with the stock market, that's the smart thing to do. I'll tell you what I think the ideal trading setup would be. Say you have $1 million, just as a reference. Let's say 100K as a reference, right? I would take 10K and put into a futures account. I take 30K and put into an options account. Actually 100. Yeah, okay. And then I'd put the rest in like an investment account. And so the options would be a way for me to, hedge or sell options against my investment account. For instance, you have long stocks. You want to sell, covered calls. The market's selling off. Sell some calls to remake some of the income of lost your portfolio. Then you got 10K in a futures account to just rebuild your losses or trade it up. So with the split up like that, I can turn 10K into something like you're watching me do right now. 30K is to get over the FINRA rule. So obviously I've got options that I can go out there and sell options against the long stocks I had and then let the long stocks run. If the market's going up, a nice non-volatile market, then all three accounts can be making money. Crazy bear market like we're in right now, I would be buying the stock if I believed in the market turning around. I'd buy the dip and buy the dip and buy the dip, and then sell calls against it while the market's selling off to just make cash against my losses, right? And that's it. So essentially, but futures mostly just for taxes. And it's and plus Tradeovate, I love their reporting feature because Tradeovate has like no shenanigans in their reporting. Like it looks so good. It gives you all the stats and everything. So you guys talking about that challenge because people clawing the side of the proverbial barrel trying to escape the rat race and get out of financial hardship. So these guys are selling them hope. Yeah, very predatory hope sellers. It's really crazy. But like I said, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna walk into that Robin's Cup, and I'm probably, anytime you guys see me commit to a challenge, I always do pretty okay. So unless I just have a complete stupid month, I'm pretty sure I'll win by a long shot. I'm looking at the leaderboard now. Everyone's sitting at 30 to 50%, something like that. Somewhere in there. It was less than 100%. It's a course of a year. I think I was 1,200% the last trading challenge I did from $6,700. Whatever the math was, 1,300%, something like that. So I think whatever trading sellers or COVID trade rooms or indicator peddlers and all that stuff, we'll just put the final nail in that. I'm trying to convince a lot of people to enter that contest just this year, just for fun. Like all my friends that I know really trade. Because what we're going to do after that is we're going to know who's real and who's not will just fall to the sidelines. But it's an open challenge to everybody to enter this contest. I'm entering. And I'm actually going to enter probably in 2 months whenever Rocket Seeder gets futures trading. And even with that head start, I'll still win. What's up? Or at least get in the top 10. So I use it first, find a side and a half gap, hedge pressure. Do y'all see how I got out right after the gap fill? And the gap fill is a high volume pivot. We're going to talk about gap fills today since this is a great day to talk about them. The high volume pivot right here. This is a gap fill in the S&P of a previous day's close. So in the predicting price targets video, I always trade to fill gaps. Any gap that's internal is the easiest day trade you can make. Internal gaps like here, there's a gap, there's a gap, there's a gap. So like on the way up, you hit a gap, you hit a gap. That's always my next target's a gap fill. And so I didn't hold past it. I took that long and closed out, which was a great trade. again, irrational. So I didn't go my full port position, right? Not full port, my full position. I'm not definitely not going full port, but I didn't go the full position. I just did 9 out of like the 15 I would normally do. I was somewhat confident. BLU monthly hedge going positive. Resilience was very positive. Again, we're irrational, so I took it with a grain of salt, but all data looked positive. So I did see the opportunity to long to the gap, and then I closed out, and then now it's fallen. So again, we're still kind of in this mode where it can't be rational no matter what. It's only rational inside of here. I'm sorry. Let me start over. We're open above hedge pressure, irrational down here. So it can't be rational at any point in the day. It's another one of those cool days where it just can't be rational, right? So we're outside the DD bands. That's a rule. Sorry, we're irrational. You have to break to get inside the DD bands. Sorry, we're irrational again. So it's one of those days where the market just tricks up, drops down, and hey, where do you go, right? So that's what irrational days look like. So it's neat to see. What are my views on the zero DTE conversation? Which part of that conversation? The idea that it's absorbing most of the equities market's liquidity and the entire nominal value of, what are your views? Or that it's just a good thing to trade. I think zero DTEs are the best thing to trade if you're good at scalping, because you want to put a little money down. You know your risk and reward. It's total loss if you lose, but you have to know that, so don't put a lot in. So you have a $10,000 account and you say, I'm going to lose no more than 5% a day. Okay, so you're going to trade 2 different companies, pick 2 or 3 that you like, however many you like to trade. So say your style is, I want to lose 5% a day, and I want to trade like 3 companies, and that's it. So that's $500 you're willing to lose a day. If you do zero DTEs, divide that by 3. So now you have, what is it? 266 that you throw into an option. It either makes hundreds and hundreds, maybe 1,000%, or you lose it all. And so again, it's silly if you do that and pick one thing and trade one thing. But if your limit is your risk, it's all or nothing. It's just like trading futures and deciding I'm going to lose 5 or 10% a day as well. As long as you cap yourself to knowing and assuming that your loss is total loss on your R&R. 0 days are great if you're looking to build an account rapidly. It's probably the fastest way to build an account, but you gotta be really good to do that. And again, why are you building an account with options if you don't have 25K? You already got to build an account. So people get into the options world, they get a cash account, which is what most of the traders will do, and then they'll trade 0 days, which is probably, like I said, the fastest way to build an account. You can day trade just with the cash you have, which is great. That keeps you from over leveraging, and you can get your money back and day trade the next day. So I think it's a great way as long as you're good and you know what you're doing and manage your risk, because the risk and reward is so high on these options trades. But the downside, the asterisk, is options are extremely hard. They're the hardest thing to trade. You have to take the Greeks into account. You have to take IV into account, especially, theta into account. There's a lot of Greeks, and well, with 0 DTE or theta, you just burn to 0 that day. But like in general, you have to understand the mechanics of Greeks and how the Greeks all change on that 0 day. There's a lot of rapidly shifting mechanics that take place on that last day for many of the Greeks. So momentum players, that's the way to build fast. But if I were trading options, I'll be doing a lot of 0 day, a lot of near-term expiration. That's the only reason to trade options. You can outpace the tax loss. You have to outpace what you can equivalently make in futures. But it'll be like, I'll be trading the nearest Friday every single day. So on that Friday, I'll be trading 0. Not that I'm trading 0 days every day, but I'll be trading that Friday on that Friday as well. So essentially I'll trade every stock option to the next Friday. So I'll be trading 0 that last week for sure. Yeah, in and out, close options quick. Yeah, and and Matt B knows what he's doing. So as long as you know that you assume you can lose it all, then you just buy equivalently as much as you're willing to lose. Then it's just like any other day trade. You fixed your loss, right? And what's great is if you lose to 0, there's no mechanics. Just let the day close out, right? You don't even have to go out there and try to get out of your position. It's just like you buy a scratch off. Either either wins money or you just leave it in your pocket and throw it away. Never hold overnight. Yeah, never hold overnight. In and out, data will crush you. Yeah, and that's one thing is options. If you're day trading options, holding overnight is just terrible. If you're near the money, either in the money, out the money, holding overnight, so like when I buy an option and it goes in the money and just pushes through it, I always close and try to find a new strike because your theta is going to burn fast while hovering at the money, right? So the opposite, and people are like, wow, I didn't know there's all this stuff exists with options, and it's pretty complicated. So the options is just get in, get out, that's it. And even on a 0 day, if you hit a stop loss, you can actually close out with some of your money back if you don't go all the way to zero. Like if you buy on hedge pressure and it breaks through and you close out, then you can still recover some of your loss and still come in under target, which is good. My options challenge will be same week expiration, and that's going to be it basically. All right, y'all. Yep. So it's official. I'll be entering this Robin's Cup thing, one account. I'll show all the trades. I don't know if I'll show the trades on YouTube, but I'll show all the trades after the fact. Because last thing I want to do is show other people that want to copy it live. So I'll probably do those trades. I don't know. Maybe I don't even care. Maybe I don't even care. Whatever. I'll figure out what I need to do, but I'll show the statement every day for show that you can see, you can reconcile it with whatever, or put a delay on this. I don't want to put a delay on the stream though. I'll figure something out so that's legit, so that other people can't go in and just create, because you can create multiple accounts. I'd love to see someone going in there mimicking every trade I do with like 10 times the risk and outpacing me. So I'll have to figure out something to battle that. Because people that enter multiple accounts, there might be someone out there to troll and do that. So I'll figure out a way to do it. I'm excited to do it. Not that I care about winning the contest, but I just care about joining it, just to show that I will. And then Matt doing it as well. We're trying to convince everyone we know who trades to do it. We like all of us to go in and big friendly contest. We're actually going to start hosting trading contests as well. And I'll be doing it through the Rock Cedar platform, which will eventually be one of the cool things that we do, which is have friendly charity trading contests between all the real traders out there. You apply to enter, right? We take your application and then you enter. And after that, it's like, everyone puts in some money, you trade, and then you donate if you want. Like if it's a small account trading challenge, just to people want to do for fun, we can have this like a charity event where you donate, everyone donates the gains to the charity of the winner. Something like that, something fun, a cool event, like a community-based event like that would be fun. So there's no like, you know, bruised ego or whatever, because it's for a good cause. So everybody's happy that the good cause is the winner at the end of the day and not the trader, which to me, I'm excited about doing stuff like that with my life. So thank you guys for all supporting Rockstar. We love you. Go try out the extended trial. We need you to check it out. It won't be around forever. If you have not got into it, it's $35 a month for our $199 package. So when everybody check it out, I'm gonna call it a day. Another day, another win, whatever day this is. 22. Haven't lost trading day yet. Tiny little scalp on the long to the gap fill. Markets fading out. Irrational in all ways. Nowhere we go. That's pretty textbook BLU out the door. Took the long. Well, irrational didn't go full heavy on that. Just took it to where I wanted to go and called it a day. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. So it's textbook. We'll talk about some stuff today. We'll talk about gap fills and some other profit target picking techniques in today's lesson. We're going to take about an hour or so break and come on back with a Zoom call. I love you guys. Click that link. We'll see you in about an hour, guys.